AviSynth is a frame server program for Microsoft Windows developed by Ben Rudiak Gould, Edwin van Egelen, Klaus Post, Richard Berg, Ian Brabham and others. It is free software under GNU GPL license. Scripting video editor, AviSynth acts as a non-linear video editor controlled entirely by scripting. It stands as an intermediary between a digital video source, like an AVI or MPEG file, and a VFW receiving program, which is typically a media player, video editing software, or an encoder. AviSynth communicates with any program that supports AVIS through the Video for Windows system by acting as a fake AVI file. It can apply a large variety of editing and processing functions to a video stream before passing along the results as if it were a legitimate file being read. Filter capabilities include trimming, cropping, deinterlacing, inverse telecine, loading and splicing still images, doing color corrections, denoising, and many other things. Technically, it acts as a codec for AviSynth scripts, which represent edit decision lists in the form of text files written in the AviSynth scripting language. The scripting language can be extended through the use of external plugins. An external plugin list is maintained at AviSynth Filter Collection. AviSynth filters work in several color spaces including RGB, YUY2 and YV12. This is necessary to allow all kinds of video input and output. Certain functions only work on specific color spaces, requiring conversion beforehand. For example, say the script MyAviAves contains the following. This script file can be opened in most media players. The program will play the video file MyAviAvi cropped down to its top left 320 pixels by 240 pixels and blurred by a small amount. Operations occur in sequential order, so the cropping occurs first, then the blurring. AviSynth scripting language. The scripting language is an imperative language, lacking most program flow control structures, but containing many features familiar to programmers, including variables, distinct data types, conditionals, and complex expressions. The language deals primarily with a video clip as a primitive data type. A typical script loads a video as input, applies processing to it, and then returns that video in the same way functions return values. The returned video is the output of the script, which is seen as the video by the program running the script. The language also has several other more standard data types, int, float, bool and string. These can be used to perform calculations, decisions, and write text such as subtitles to the video. The processing work is largely done by video filters. These can be combined in infinite ways by user-defined functions. Most functions take a video stream as an argument and make changes to this stream. There is also a support library of math functions, string functions and so on. Programmers may be unaware that they are constantly passing video streams into functions, since convention suggests that the video is not explicitly passed. If no video is passed into a function, it simply takes the last video used. Additional functions filters are available through plugins. The use of plugins is encouraged to extend the capabilities of AviSynth. Hello world equals, this example is a Hello World program. It simply creates a video containing the words hello, world. The blank clip function creates a new video, which then has a subtitle displayed on top of it. The parentheses at the end of the word are optional, since no arguments are being passed, but are given in this case to indicate it is a function and not a variable. The subtitle function draws the words hello, world on top of the previously created blank video. Although the blank clip and subtitle functions both accept many more arguments, this example leaves them out, so the functions use built-in defaults. If the above text is entered into a AVIS file, it can be opened in Windows Media Player or any of the other programs in the list below, and a video containing the text will be displayed. Video processing equals, this example takes an actual video, applies some simple processing, and returns it to the output. The AVI source function is used to load a video from a real location. The direct show source function could also be used. Reduce by 2 divides the vertical and horizontal size of the video in half, and grayscale forces the video to grayscale colors. Again, the above script can be entered into a AVS file and opened in a video player or editor. Assuming C\example AVI exists, it will play a copy of that file, except that it will be half the size and grayscale. User-defined equals. The AviSynth scripting language allows for users to define their own functions. This is an example of a function that allows you to dissolve from one clip to another without damaging interlacing lines. AviSynth 3.0 Code Rewrite. AviSynth 3.0 was a complete rewrite of AviSynth 2x, and aimed to overcome the limitations of AviSynth 2x. Adding improvements such as an abstracted color space model, in which new color spaces could be supported through a plug-in mechanism, better cache management for better performance, and using Ruby rather than the homegrown language employed in current versions. AviSynth 3.0 was to be available for other operating systems than Windows, instead relying on Xtrema, extending support to platforms such as Linux, Mac OS X and BSD. Development has been stalled since August 2007. AviSynth for non-Windows operating systems. AviSynth 2xx may be used under operating systems other than Windows through the use of Wine. To work on scripts, VirtualDub mod can be used as on Windows. To interface between AviSynth under Wine and for example FFmpeg running on a Linux host, AVS2YUV can be used. AVS2YUV is a Windows command line program that is run under Wine and renders the output of an AviSynth script to stdout that is then piped to FFmpeg. AVS2YUV also supports writing to a named pipe. AviSynth is a Linux port of AviSynth. More details can be found here, www.avisynth.org. AviSynth compatible programs. In addition, several programs have now been created which accept only AviSynth scripts as input, thereby simplifying the programs themselves but giving users the full power of AviSynth for input. There are also several batch encoding applications that tie together AviSynth with command line audio and video encoders and mewers to provide an all-in-one, modular, customizable video encoding application. Meekwe is an example of this kind of application. Although AviSynth scripts are meant to be easily opened in simple text editing programs, there are several editors meant especially for editing AviSynth scripts such as AVSP-mod. See also, List of video editing software. References. External links, AviSynth homepage, AviSynth filter collection, Doom9's AviSynth forums, AviSynth 3.0 development homepage.